What's up, guys and gals? We are in the nude and ready to roll here at the prison, and I've made some new rules. Now, I did reaccrue some of the gear that we had previously that we had lost in the last couple episodes, but I've got a new rule, so I've sort of got to circumnavigate my ADD here and stop avoiding these roll calls. And so what I'm going to do is exactly what he said. I'm going to shut my mouth whenever this happens, and I'm going to read who gets shook down. And so today's takedown is Micah and Darren. I'm going to make sure that I always read it out loud whenever somebody gets shook down. Now, we do have a number of tools that you can take a look at. Let me see over here. I'm going to show you. Well, maybe I should hang out at roll call for a little while longer. I should stop being a criminale, although it's too late. I'm already in prison. I'm already a criminale, so whatever. I'll wipe that smirk off your face. Guess that's what you could call a dirty smile if it could be wiped off. Let's have a look and see what people have for us here. Nothing that looks amazingly useful. I am interested in digging out of the prison, although I'm not sure how to do it. People have suggested that I dig underneath my desk right here. I don't know how well that's going to work, but here's some of the items that I've gotten over the last 2 days. A wad of putty, a trowel, a screwdriver, a file. I have a contraband pouch ready to go, a couple things of foil, another thing of duct tape, and that's about it. We need another piece of putty so that I can create a, I'm sorry, not a piece of putty. We need more paper mache so that I can make a fake floor or a fake wall. But digging through here, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I fiddled around with it a little bit on one of the off days, and I got caught through the walls trying to dig out. And so, I don't know. I've been a little bit confused as to how the guards sometimes seem to have this prescient ability to figure out what I'm doing, because they didn't shake down my cell. I know that for a fact. They didn't shake down my cell. A guard just walking by, even though there were blankets up, saw the hole somehow. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not really sure how that's going to work. So once again, I'm a little bit confused as to how the guards are so good at catching me right now, because they do seem to do things that vaguely cheat every now and again. Like, they do seem to see through walls, for example. They're totally hacksaws sometimes, and there doesn't seem to be much that I can do about it. But we are going to start fiddling with the digging a little bit more before we give up entirely. So let me get a little bit of extra speed right there, because I think that's the only stat that I haven't worked on very much. You would all mention that I can carry weapons through the metal detector as long as they were on my person, so I suppose they're keistered. I've got a bunch of like bullshit here that I don't really care about, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop it on the ground, and I'll pick it up before we leave. I've got an inmate's outfit because I felt like the best way to assert my dominance on the yard was to beat another man and then strip him naked and take all of his stuff. Hans doesn't like us right now. I got like 5 quests in between episodes to beat up Hans, and so I did them all, and I made like $50, $70 just beating up Hans, and he is really not a fan of us anymore. Mildew, he's not one of the people that wants to be around us any longer, so just things to think about there. I need to find a place where I can dig and not get caught, so our job is done, and I guess that would be the secret, isn't it? Digging inside my cell, people have suggested that in the comments, but it didn't work for me in the few tests that I've run in other playthroughs. It doesn't seem to work. So, like, for example, what I did, now that we've got a little bit of time and I can explain, is that I went to my cell, and maybe somebody in the comments can tell me how this works, but I put my desk over here, and I dug a hole right here, and then I went down into it. I didn't get shook down. It was in the middle of my metal shop work. I had already gone and made sure that I didn't get a shakedown, and I was about dug out to here, and it just randomly said that the guards figured out that I was digging, and so I'm not sure what to think here. Now, I do still have my keys, my weapons, and my duct tape up in the vent, so I'm probably going to try and find myself. I really sort of have tunnel vision when it comes to this sort of stuff, and I do want to get up into that vent and figure out what we can fiddle with, because it seems to be the safest set of mission objectives that I've found so far. So I'm going to try and stick to that. Let's shake down. At the beginning of every day, it puts new items in everybody's inventory. So for today, what I'd like to do is maybe see if we can find ourselves some more super glue. That seems to be the one big piece of the puzzle that I can't get my hands on. Is it midday roll call? Shit. All right, let's make sure that we go. I'm going to read it out loud like I always do. Or I always will do from now on, because I think that that's, if I will do for mildew, it seems like I'll get shook down a lot less. The cretins about to get their cells searched are Isaac and Mildew. Christ. Alright, so let me go grab all my stuff. So we're getting shook down for like the 8th time in like 5 days. We'll put some of this stuff in here. Let me grab all my contraband. Isaac and Mildew. So I'm going to ditch the stuff in Lee's room. Alright. Because that seemed to work previously. We've got the duct tape. We've got the paper mache. We've got the file. Let's roll through one more time and make sure that there's nothing illegal in here. Alright. So those two are going to get shook down. I need to hang out right here so that I can jump the guy if he tries to pick up this stuff. We're going to wait for the search to go through. We'll go back in. This whole plan really sort of relies on me getting back up into the ventilation system so I can hide all my contraband so I never have to worry about this again. During the free period, he should come in just a moment. And then we'll restash all this stuff. No search has come through yet. There it is. Okay, the search came through. Let's go ahead, and what we want to do now... I do wish that I could actually sort my inventory. One of those things that I would cry out to the developer with my hands to the sky, maybe allow us to sort our inventory a little bit better, because I always feel like there's not enough... Oh yeah, I figured out another thing too. If you want to see the stats of an item, you can put your shift over it, and it'll show you how good it is at that particular thing. The trowel is apparently amazing at doing this sort of thing, so I'll keep it on me. Let's carry around... I'll keep the water putty with me, and let's get back to searching. We have maxed out stats, so right now there's no reason for us not to be involved with searching other people's cells. We've got a whole bunch of free time on our hands, so we might as well. I had briefly pondered maybe digging in someone else's cell, but it seems like the guards are still going to blame you for it, so you can't even really run a very good decoy game if you wanted to. Micah's here. Alright, make sure nobody's about to jump me. I have plenty of money, so I'm probably not going to do any quests today. I'm just going to try to keep my head low to the ground and find a few more bits of super glue. That's the one thing holding my plan apart right now. If I can get one more thing of super glue, I can go into the rafters and we can start fiddling around with stuff by putting the fake paper mache in place. Let's check Ross's desk out. Nothing there. Okay, nothing for me anyways. Check Sang's desk out. We're really good at thieving from our fellow inmates, by the way. Never try this in real prison. This would get you... I mean, you're not even allowed to go in someone else's cell in real prison because it's not even the guards that'll kick the shit out of you. It's the person that owns the cell. And somebody will snitch you out too, especially if it's like their cellie or whatever. So if you share a cell with somebody in prison, you're like obligated to have their back like 500%. Even if you're rivals or whatever, like you're not even affiliated or whatever. If your cellie, anything happens to him, it's gonna fall down on you. You're supposed to be bestest buddies and have your cellies back no matter what. We've got dinner coming up, so let's go ahead and search Hans' desk and then we'll go to dinner. Kind of a waste of a day, to be honest. We didn't really find much. Part of me is wondering if they search my cell randomly when I try to do that digging thing, but I don't know. It's very, very strange the way these sorts of things work out sometimes, so I'm hurrying. Alright. We'll get that all taken care of. We've now eaten our din-din. And we'll talk to Clark. I'm on the lookout for sleeping pills. Sure, we'll take that. I think we could probably fill that order. With Xavier... exercise period. Alright, well let's just get our workout on. I'm trying to question people, but there'll be time in the shower for plenty of conversations. We're gonna be that guy at the urinal that's like, how you going? When you're like pissing next to him and you're like, I really don't want to talk to you right now. When I've got my hands on the Jimmy, please don't talk to me. Like, don't even make eye contact, and definitely don't look this way. You've already broken the rules. There's like 9 urinals here, and you picked the one right next to me. So I already know you're not following common male bathroom etiquette. You're supposed to go at least 2 stalls down if there's this much space. I mean, I don't make the rules, but I definitely will call you out on not following them. Alright, exercise period's good. Got that covered. Let's talk to everybody, see if we can get anything new. Raphael's got a little bit of something for us. Unfortunately, our friendly neighborhood Ninja Toidle doesn't have anything that I feel like using, so we'll jump on into the shower, wash the grime off of us from the day, and keep trucking. We could be friends. Maybe not the best time to extol the possibility of a friendship. In the shower, probably not the best place to market that sort of thing. Best watch your back. Yeah, Hans does not like us at all, but he'll still sell us stuff, which is pretty cool of him. Let's get another file, because that's one of the items that I need. And if we can get our hands on just... That's it. We need super glue. Super glue is all we need right now. If we can get super glue, we are magic. We will be up in that vent. We'll be up in that vent like Bruce Willis. I don't know why I thought that was so... I thought it was funny in my head. And I'm not so sure after actually spouting it that it was actually funny. But you know what? It came to me and it made me laugh. So I'm going to assume that maybe it'll make somebody else laugh. So I just went with it. We just fired it off. Evening free time. All time is free. If you really think about it. I mean, it's the one thing that you spend every time of the day and yet really has no value, to be honest. I mean, we all gonna die someday anyways. And that might... Oh, no! Hans tried to jump me and he got knocked the hell out by a guard. See, that's what happens, Hans. And now oh, look, I just got a free file. I just got a free file. What are you gonna do, Hans? I took your stuff. And so this bar of chocolate is left over from a quest that we had a while. You know what? Strip you naked. That's what happens, Hans. That's what happens, Hans. See what's up. Alright, so we'll go back in here. And since I have 3 files, what I'd like to try right now is we'll get the duct tape. Let's take these 2 files. We're gonna go like this. We've got the cutters. And I think if we go... Maybe it needs further duct tape? I can't remember. It's possible that it might need further duct tape. But... well, we'll just leave it all here for now. I'm gonna keep these on me. But I don't know if they're gonna do what I think they're gonna do. We still gotta find that paper mache. Until we get ourselves some more paper mache, we are not doing anything. We're just walking around in circles waiting for the day to end. I'd like to be able to get into these doors. I've never seen the guards go into here. And so that leads me to the possibility that I might be, well, they might come down from the towers at some point. So that's what that appears to be as it goes up to the guard towers. Interestingly enough, let's talk to Micah. Isaiah stole his bar of chocolate. I'd appreciate it if you can get it back. Yeah, why not? Let's go find Isaiah's stuff. We might as well spend our time accordingly since we don't have anything else going on for us. I think Isaiah's down here somewhere. Reminds me of growing up. Like, all of my friends had religious names when I was growing up because my family was like super fundamentalist Christian. And so everybody I knew was named like Eli, Isaiah, Jonah, stuff like that. Like everybody. I am named after a tax collector. So there you go. We'll have... oh. Wait. Officer Isaiah. No, we're not going to do that. I don't want to beat up an officer. That's not going to be down. Find a candle for Lee. I don't remember taking half of these quests over the last couple days, but you know what? They're already here, so you might as well stick with them. What does Xavier want? Grab the guard's attention next evening roll call? Nah, I'm good. I am totally 100% good. Did I say Becent? I don't even know what Becent is. Employment officer. We can move to a different job, but I think metal shop's probably the best for us. Go out this door right here and see... I mean, maybe we could just walk straight out the entrance if we dress like a guard and go with our key. I don't know if that's something to think about, but it might be worth an attempt just to see if it happens. No idea if that's... I mean, if we could get the cell key, we could let ourselves out, look like a guard, and then walk straight out the front door at one point or another, I think. Just further things to think about. Another file would be nice, so I'll take it. I am interested in figuring out whether or not I can make these cutters a little bit better. There we are. How do you get better at cutting? I don't know, but I assume it has something to do with being in line. Maybe I need duct tape to make those better. For the flimsy cutters, I'm pretty sure... I think you need duct tape. I'm pretty sure you need duct tape now that I'm thinking about it. I think it's the flimsy cutters plus a file plus a duct tape, and that will get you in. Since we have no paper mache, I am unfortunately sad to say we won't be able to accomplish any of the things I want to do tonight. I would 100% love to get myself out of... ah, there's duct tape, so we'll take that. And now we'll upgrade the cutters. There it is. So now we've got lightweight cutters. And if we want to go even further, if we get another duct tape, we can make these into sturdy cutters. Let's open up our desk. We'll throw... I don't think I need this many lighters, in all honesty. So I'm going to get rid of some of these lighters. Just leave them in the hallways while I'm running around, and other people can just have them. I bet lighters are pretty... I bet lighters are important in prison. I bet people want lighters all the time. I don't think there's a shakedown at night. The maggots do a cell shakedown are as follows. Ross and Micah. Not us. I don't care. Not my problem. He wants a magazine. We can definitely do that while we're looking around. I think I may nix some of these quests. Maybe get rid of that one. And that one right there. The candle we can craft, although I don't remember... It's a wire and something to make a candle, and I can't remember what it is. It's something in wire. Oh well. Do I have the recipe in here by any chance? Nah. Alright. Well, sometimes that's the best you can do. It looks like the guard's over here selling something. Another crafting note, but I'm broke as a joke without hope, so... And you really don't want to be in a situation where your jokes are without hope. I'd like to get out of here by a couple days from now. I mean, I'm going to try the guard outfit idea out in the next little bit and maybe see if that works. I've got a weapon, so I can jump a guard pretty soon. If I can get my... I think that might be the plan. If I can get a cell key, I've got to get into the vent, though, first and foremost. That's like... That's the number one thing that I have to do, is I have to get into the vent and hide my contraband first so that I don't need to, like, regain all of my stuff every time I get caught. I'm just going to go to bed. And in the manana, let's see here. Manana, we'll put this stuff back in our cell, and we'll wait to see if we get shook down at 7 o'clock. It gives us 20 fatigue no matter what we do when we wake up. So let's go check out for roll call and see what's going on. A jar of ink, yeah, I can do that. A cup, yeah, I can do that. Isaac's got stuff for us. He's got more duct tape. Alright, we gotta make some money. So, cell toss. Isaac and Lee, not us. The guy next door to us, though, which is a little bit worrying. So we need to find ourselves sleeping pills, magazines, jars of ink, and cups. Alright, well, let's go have a look. There's medicine. I think it's maybe soap and wire. No, it's not soap and wire. Alright. Breakfast is going to be up very, very shortly, so while I try and find some of these things, there's the jar of ink. We needed a cup and a magazine. Make a little bit of cash today. Earning that scratch like a particularly pesky itch. Actually, nobody seems to have... Oh, Lee was due a cell shakedown, right? So if I'm in his cell when they get over here, I'm going to get in trouble, but it's not going to stop me from looking. Do I have any of this stuff that these people want? I doth not. I wonder what it was. I'm sort of... Was it a wad of putty? No, it wasn't that either. Well, damn, I'm sort of interested in figuring out... Check Gavin's stuff real fast. There's a book, but that's not what I'm looking for. We don't need no learnings right now. We need magazines. We need fluff pieces. There we go. So there's the fluff piece. And now we gotta duck some guards until we get to the commissary. Or the kitchen or whatever. There we go. We'll get rid of the last of this. And we have those two things. So we have Raphael and we have Gavin. Gavin. And he wanted, what was it? Gavin wanted the magazine. Okay. And so he's got that. And then we had Raphael, who is there. And we give Raphael the jar of ink. Okay. And so we got ourselves a little bit covered up. Let's go to the metal shop to get our job done for the day. Earn a little bit more cash so that we have some spending money while we're on the inside. This shouldn't take us more than a couple moments. There we go. Stamp them out. If only it was that easy. Alright. And then I think we only need like 2 more. There we go. Awesome. Can I lift these now that my strength is higher? No, I cannot. Let's figure out where the guard towers are at. We also need to memorize some of these patrols and figure out where we can dig out from without getting caught. There's a guard right there, so I don't think that that's going to work. The place that I'm leaning towards, let's follow this guard and see where his patrol goes. Okay, so he actually hits like every corner. But, as far as I know, nobody ever comes down here. So let's stake this out for a little bit. And we'll just see if anybody ever comes down here. And if nobody comes down here, we might consider... Well, I don't know. What have you got? Another thing of duct tape? Yeah, I'll take it. Might as well, so we can make our shears a little bit better while we're snipping through all the gates. So they come in from over here somewhere. But as far as I can tell, nobody ever comes down here. It might be worth trying, but I want to wait until I have all my contraband stowed up in the ceiling. So let's continue shaking. Oh, I have contraband on me right now. I didn't think about that. I shouldn't have bought contraband in the yard. Shit. Okay, so let me ditch it out here. And then we'll go over here. The cell toss is Raphael and Brad, not us. I'm gonna go grab, before we have our midday free time, I'm gonna grab my contraband pouch so that I can smuggle that back in. If you're wondering how the contraband pouch works, essentially it just loses durability every time you go through one of these gates, but it pretty much absolves you from getting in trouble, so there's that. The other thing to think about is maybe we could dig out from inside of the solitary room. That's the other thing that I hadn't thought about, is digging out from inside solitary might be a decent idea, because I've never seen the guards go in there either. So see, when we go through it loses durability. But it'll be alright. We'll grab this from down here. We'll sneak it back in. Alright, so we've snuck this back in now. That's going to make our shears a little bit better. Let's check everybody's desks. And once we go through everybody's desks to see if there's any super glue, which once again is the item of the day. If I can't find any super glue, we're totally hosed. We're stuck until we find super glue right now, so hoping we'll get our hands on some sooner rather than later, but it is hard to come by. I mean, it is the one item that I just can't seem to find ever. Maybe we can get super glue from the wood shop. It's worth thinking about that. Maybe we could get a new job and sneak out super glue that. Oh, there's the cup that we needed. Let's take the cup so that we can at least do the job for the person we took it from. There we go. And just a little bit more and we should be alright. Still no super glue. I love the music in this game. It reminds me of the music from the Renraku Arcology and Shadowrun on the Sega Genesis. I mean, not really, but sort of. Oh, we just got caught doing something naughty. Okay, so there's no super glue to come by right now. Nobody to buy any from either. So what I think I'm going to do is let's hand that cup off. So we've got a cup for Marshall. Keep an eye out for Marshall as we're walking around. And then we'll also upgrade our shears one more time. There we go. So we've got sturdy cutters now. And maybe that'll get us through something. I'm not sure. I think it'll get us through the vent slats, though. I don't see any problem with the slats coming up. Got the screwdriver. Alright, well, this is it. I do wish that you could take the vent out and then put the vent back. That's the one thing that kind of bothers me so far, is that you can unscrew a vent and put it back in. The vent is not destroyed by unscrewing, so I'm always a little bit confused about it. But then again, maybe the vent doesn't like being screwed. Who does? Who does? Well, most people, I think. Most people, I think, as long as you don't take it in the pejorative sense. But where's Marshall at? I got something for him. Is Marshall in the shoe right now? Because I haven't seen, there he is. I was gonna say, I haven't seen Marshall in a while, so I'm beginning to wonder if maybe he's in the shoe or something. But nope, he's not in the shoe. We're good. I would take a few more quests, except they make it difficult to do at dinner because you're always like kicking people out of their seats. Looks like it's strength training today to keep ourselves up at par. Let me mash this out. He's roaring while he's lifting weights. You ever seen one of those guys at the gym who's just like, what? What? That's like the noise they make when they're lifting. Like, I understand the, or like the tss that you do at the end because you're like releasing pressure or whatever. It's like a weightlifting strategy, but the, like getting in there like Arnold. Like, calm down, dude. You're scaring the children. There aren't even any children in the building. They're outside, like, looking in the windows. Like, what the hell is that noise? Is there a T-Rex in there? They're like, T-Rex. Are you trying to say my arms look small? Getting all offended. Gym beef. Okay, and so now we have one of our communal periods again, where we can hang out with everybody. Take both the crafting notes. Cup of molten chocolate. Okay. Flimsy cutters. I think we already had that. Man, I would love to get myself nothing to sell, so maybe William has it then. It very clearly says somebody here has something to do. Darren jacked my watch, get it back and I'll see you right. Okay. Let's see. Caleb, I don't want to do anything with Caleb. Caleb's worrisome. I've made another rule for myself too, that I'm going to avoid any type of conflict with the guards for as long as possible. Need to get into that vent though. That's the only thing that I'm trying to vent right now. That's all I want to do. So I think I'm going to break off the episode right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for another episode of The Escapists. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.